Mathematics 2, Chapter Integration. Tutorial question 19. In each of these questions, sketch the curve and find the area of region enclosed by the curve and the x-axis. Now let's look into the A. Y equals to 6x minus 3x squared is called a quadratic function. You can rearrange it in the form of a general ax squared plus bx plus c. So in the case of here, it will be negative 3x squared plus 6x, and you will have a c of 0. Now, how to sketch the quadratic equation? The first information that you need is basically your y-intercept. So what is your y-intercept? Your c value. In this case, your c equals to 0. Next one, you need the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is basically where the turning point happens for the parabola. So we use a shortcut where the axis of symmetry can be found by using the formula negative b over 2a. Now, what is b? B in the case of here will be the 6. A will be the negative 3. So if I substitute in all those information, I will obtain my x as 1. Now, what will be the value of y when x equals to 1? Yes, you will obtain your y as 3. Okay, this coordinate will be the turning point. Now, you also need to know the shape of your parabola. Since your a is negative 3, which is a negative value, less than 0, you will have a N shape, meaning you will have maximum point. Last but not least, identify either you have a root or not. This one I believe all of you have learned. Find the root of quadratic equation. You will have negative 3x, and here you have x minus with 2 equivalent to 0. At the end of the day, you will got x equals to 0 and x equals to 2. Now you have all this information. Sketch your quadratic equation. Let's sketch it together. Now we have y-axis and we have x-axis. First information, your y-intercept will be at the origin, x equals to 0. Then your roots also happen at 0 as well as x equals to 2. So let this be your root as well as the y-intercept where it's passed through this origin. Now, what will be the axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry happen at x equals to 1. When your x equals to 1, your y is equals to 3. So you have another 1 coordinate here, which is your turning point. Now, let's connect all these information. You notice all these points will produce a parabola of the N shape. This is the curve of A. Next job, they ask you to find the area of region enclosed by the curve and the x-axis. X-axis is basically when y equals to 0, which is the straight line. And then the curve enclosed up until your x-axis. So you notice the red color will be the area enclosed between the curve and the x-axis. Now, how to find the area? Very simple. Area is one of the applications under integration. To find the area under the curve is basically the interval from A to B fx dx. Now look at here. Fx is implying the curve that is enclosed. In the case of here, your fx is your quadratic 6x minus 3x squared. What is your a and b? Look at here. Your a and b is basically the root, which is 0 as well as 2. Straightforward to evaluate the integration from 0 to 2, 6x minus 3x squared, and you're going to integrate with respect to x, correct? Now remember, 6x, after you integrate, it becomes 6x squared over 2. Meanwhile, integrate negative 3x squared will become negative 3x cubed over 3 from 0 to 2. Now before that, simplify. 6 divided by 2 is just simply 3. Meanwhile, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So your simplified expression will be 3x squared minus x cubed from 0 to 2. Evaluate accordingly, you will get the answer as 4. Now, try to do the B by yourself. It's also a quadratic. Sketch and find the area enclosed. That's all for me.